first question we have here is, what is your view on David Crowley?
I knew David. After his trailer came out and I saw it, being a combat veteran myself, I reached out to him, on Facebook. And he's a private person, but when you have a common ground or something that you can, relate to, and being in combat is something that, bonds people, and you get it or you don't get it, And I have PTSD. I've had it for 22 years. David did not have PTSD, especially when he was stopped last. He wanted to get the fuck out of there. Pardon my language. But, he realized this is not what I signed up for. I want to go home, and I'm going to expose this. He was a very sound, logical, very intelligent man, and he loved his wife and his daughter.
So how long, let me ask you this following up on that question then. How long did you chat with David for? Like years, weeks?
I reached out to him in December of 2012.
Okay.
So it was a couple months after his trailer came out. Because I'm sketchy about people. I got to feel people out, see what they're all about. And I did my background check on him. And I was like, he's a good guy. I looked up his military records. We reacted different to them. My brain was not wired to kill people and handle it and process it and be okay with it and go home and sleep at night. David was a strong man. Like I said, it did not affect him the way it affected me. We don't talk about it.
Right.
It takes a long time. And then you find somebody that has been where you've been, and then it just comes out, because you build a trust, and you're like, yeah, you get it, and you got to take them home with you. And like I said, David and I had similar experiences, but we reacted different to them. My brain was not wired to kill people and handle it and process it and be okay with it and go home and sleep at night. David was a strong man. Like I said, it did not affect him the way it affected me. He didn't like it, and he was going to expose it. And a lot of people didn't want it. Yes, absolutely.
When did you last speak with David? Or have any communication?
I think it was June of 2014.
How did he sound? Was he different than when you first spoke with him?
He was excited more than, he had been. He had made a lot of changes. He realized that he couldn't trust the people around him. He was acutely aware that he was being betrayed.
Did he know by who?
Betrayed by who?
Yes.
Is that what you're asking?
Yes. Did he know?
Remember, when you ask this question, you don't want to know the answer to. He was acutely aware that his own father, you, Dan, and everyone would say, oh, they were pushing their whole family away. Yeah, they were, because they couldn't trust them. It doesn't mean they were crazy.
Right.
But David realized after being in war and seeing dead people, he was even more protective of Komel and Rani. Yes, he had 10 weapons. They were all acquired legally. David was a marksman.
It does, it's like, how do we know, like, how do you know this?
How do I know what?
Why do you believe this is true? Everything that you've just said. Everything you've just said in the last few
Because I believe David.
Because David told you this.
Because David told me that. Okay? And in the military, they teach you to have integrity, to do everything with excellence and honor. No, not everybody does it, but David did. David didn't like what he was doing, but he did it, and he did it well. And he got an honorable discharge, and I think he has 16 awards and medals, because I believed him. You know, I studied a lot. I have 4 degrees. I did secret classified stuff when I was in the military, and I know how to assess people. You know, when someone's bullshitting me or someone's telling me the truth. It wasn't easy for David to open up to me. 1, because I'm a girl. 2, because I was in the Air Force. Hello. You know, he was in the Army. You know, we had that inter-service, you know, banner. Oh, you guys are punks or, you know, whatever. and he's like, I like you, girl. You got guts. You know, you got intestinal fortitude. You shot a weapon and you're good, you know. So either we laugh about it, but if we don't, we'll cry about it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe in that, and nobody will ever change my mind.
So you don't believe David Crowley is guilty?
Absolutely not. Like I said, I've had PTSD for 22 years. I've never thought about homicide, ever. People don't understand what PTSD is. Number 1, when somebody experiences a terrifying, horrific event, if you're going to have PTSD, the symptoms present themselves immediately, couple months, couple years, not 9 years. People can have their different views about David. But when you start calling him a murderer and a perpetrator of a hate crime, now you started the war with me.
Domestic violence. Domestic violence, too.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. It was hard because he was so invested in his movie, you know, and Komel was working really hard, and, you know, she was upset. She's like, David, you got to kind of bring in some money, you know. And he had some businesses, but he was glued to his computer because he was committed. He had tenacity. He was committed to this movie. And she supported him. And it wasn't easy. I mean, think about it. You know, when the breadwinner has to be the woman, you know, it is hard. Why? She would never leave him. She loved David. David was her prince. I mean, she disavowed her Muslim faith to become a Christian to marry David. David honored her.
Was David a Christian?
Well, he didn't go to church, you know, but he had Christian faith.
He considered himself a believer in Jesus Christ.
Yes, he did.
He believed in the Bible.
Yes.
Which makes it weird why they found a Quran at the house, and I can't find the Bible at that. I haven't seen any mention of it.
That's one of the many, many, many things that the people who did it really fucked up. Number 1, they weren't Muslim. Okay. Number 2, they didn't own a Quran. I can tell you that for a fact. David would not have a Quran.
I think Komel's sister said that it was hers. So maybe it was a book she kept in a closet or in a drawer or something.
Well, I've heard Sidra, and you know what? Once you lie once, I don't believe you. And when she admitted to lying about calling the police to go to David's house because she was afraid of him, she admitted that. Well, you're lying about that. What else are you lying about? I don't like liars. I don't like thieves. I don't like cheaters. And she's an admitted liar by her own words.
See, any way they can just let this go like this, they have to reopen
like, breaks my heart when I think about it. Sorry.
It's okay. Tough thing. Need all hands on deck.
And when I got this and read it, I was like thinking, David's in heaven going, don't you dare give up on me. And I won't. I won't give up on him.
So let me ask you about the Reddit. Why did you create this Reddit?
Because I wanted more explanation. I thought about it for a long time. And I know it's so controversial.
Say that
I've thought about it for a long time. I know that it's so controversial. And Reddit can be pretty brutal, And when I state something, I'm an investigator. When I state something, I don't just do it off the fly or, just add my comment with no thought. I think about it. I investigate it. And I was a moderator. Like a moderator is like an like you're the admin of Facebook group. Well, I was the admin or moderator of 12 subreddits that I created. I didn't, because I would never disrespect David like that. And Judy Parker, I was like, well, I can't believe somebody who claims to be a friend of David would post that picture on the web. I did not post it on the web. And this is how I got banned. He wouldn't, I was like, oh, that was a parting shot to Komel. No, what? That doesn't even make any sense. He loved his wife. They were not Muslim. He would not do that.
Yeah, and then the note in the office room, too, right? Same thing.
Right. They're acting like that he left investigators all this evidence to look at. No, those are his personal notes. He wasn't leaving anything for anybody. I'm a veteran, like I said, I'm a combat veteran. I want to go on. There's a website called Together We Serve. And you can put your military picture up and put your all awards and where you've been and your unit and your rank, stuff like that. And you can connect with people you served with. And the girl that, what's her name? She talked to me on Reddit. She's on Facebook. I think her name's Bella.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, she is a combat veteran, and she said that she's on there and made a profile, but you can also make like a tribute page to a fallen comrade. And I guess she made one for David. I haven't seen it yet, but I want to look at it. So she put his picture, put his unit, put all his awards and medals everywhere he was. I thought, Bella, that's nice. That was real nice of you.
Is that public or is that like a...
I'm not sure. You might be able to get in as a guest. I'm not really sure because I haven't been on. I was on there a couple years ago, and I just was like, I don't care about connecting with anybody I served with. But I want to go check it out now because Bella said that she made it. So I just think that was honorable of her. That she didn't know him, but she felt a connection with him, I believe it, and I'll stand by it to the day I die.
Okay, so now that...
Don't you dare give up on me. You know I didn't do this. Don't give up on me, and I won't. Talked to him for a couple of years. We shared a lot of good stories and a lot of bad stories, and I believed in this man. I trusted him. I supported him. I donated for his trailer, no, you're not gonna convince me otherwise. And I'm not delusional. Call me a conspiracy theorist. I don't give a shit what you call me. I know what I know. I believe it, and I'll stand by it to the day I die.
Okay, so now that you're...
Okay? It's easy when you're on an anonymous site because you can act like an asshole and say whatever you want and be a dick and disrespect somebody who has died and been murdered. Say it to my face, bitch. I only hide my identity because I personally know David, and I don't want to be the next one with a bullet in my head. You know what I mean?
But
Look,
if it's
the truth
well, I mean,
is right.
Yeah, but see, the problem is for us outsiders, at least for me as an outsider, is trying to look in, trying to be balanced, trying to give people the benefit of the doubt, thinking about what if I was accused of this, what if I was accused of that, you know. So I really do try to just be as truthful, as open, as honest. But also, you know, I try to put the shoe on the other foot too, to make sure, you know what, am I accusing this person of something that I really can't prove? Maybe I truly think it, but it's a big difference of thinking it and then proving it. Usually, of course, thinking it leads to proving it, and that's kind of where we're going with a lot of these things. But I've seen so many different theories, so many different stories that I had to take a lot of steps back to just kind of say, you know what, I need to go back to the very, very start.
Tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. You are such a bunch of cowards. 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 You ain't seen nothing yet.